My uncle locked us in a room as a child. Now I know the disgusting truth. The first few times always hurt, he said. It's terrible, I know, but you have to endure. It will get easier. I had just turned 18 in August. There was no big celebration, no party, no friends, and no presents. Instead, Mama told me that it was time for me to learn how to provide for myself. I guess this was just part of my lesson. Please, Mama, don't make me do it, I can't. I clung to her pleading as the tears streamed down my cheeks. It's wrong, I told her over and over again. My mom and uncle both ignored it all. There is no other way, dear, she said in his soft and caring voice. With that, he led me over to the room where the man was already waiting for me. He looked nice enough, but in the back of my head, I knew the horrible things that were about to happen. The moment he saw me, his glassy eyes turned hungry as he measured me up and down. He smiled a bit when he saw me, but it wasn't friendly. Instead, it was ripe with anticipation of what was to come. I knew this was going to hurt, but not in the way you might think. Mama told me it was about time. I started crying again and said there was no way I could do it, but yet again my plea fell on deaf ears. You don't have to worry about a thing, my dear. Everything is going to be fine. It will be over quickly. It only hurts the first few times. Oh, how right she was. I don't want to think back at all his screaming, his pain. Once it was all over, I was a shivering, shaking mess. I lay on the bloodied, soiled bed, curled up into a ball, crying. I was so ashamed of myself for what I had just done. I felt dirty and worthless. I didn't want to think about it, didn't want to feel any of it, and just wanted to forget. At the time, I never understood why I had to do this, but it all makes sense now I'm writing this. It must have been hours that I lay there, maybe even days. Finally, Mama came into the room and sat down on the bed next to me. She hugged me and whispered into my ear to calm me down. After a few more minutes, when the tears stopped, she helped me up and led me to the bathroom to clean myself up. She said nothing about the state the room was in. There's nothing to worry about, she said. This had been going on for years. I never knew when it was going to end, or if it was going to end. I hated it, but Mama and Uncle always said I needed to do this to survive. Our whole family did. I never understood what they meant at the time. Mama waited for me to get out of the bath. I was still wearing my bathrobe when she motioned for me to sit down next to her. You know, I think you're old enough to stop doing this, she started explaining. It's time for you to learn our trade. You're in your prime, a young, pretty thing like you. You are even more beautiful than I was in my days. That was when the training began. Every time Mama put me in the room with them, I hated it. It still hurt when they fought back, and I was still ashamed of myself. But today is when I finally changed my mind. I'd been waiting in horror for Mama to bring another man home to the room for me, but instead, she told me it was now my turn to go out into the streets. We picked out an outfit together. I guess this is what prom feels like to other young girls, at least if prom took place out on the streets and every girl dressed in beautiful costumes. I riffled through the tiny closet that served as the fashion hub of our humble apartment. Inside, garments of varied hues and textures hung with a modest grace, from silk dresses of radiant scarlet to tulle skirts of twilight blues. Mama always said it was important that we had these dresses for when I grew older and needed to find men myself, but it was even kind of fun to dress up and put on all that makeup. Once we were done, I felt stunning, beautiful. Mama said I'd easily be able to find people to bring home to the room. Out on the street, I realized how right she was. I noticed the glances people gave me. The eyes of the man lit up when they saw me. The look on their faces as their eyes wandered over my body. I could almost taste their blood boiling. Thankfully, I didn't have to wait long before a young man approached me. He was quite a bit older than me. I saw the first signs of a receding hairline and the tiny wrinkles on his face. He was shy and awkward, but friendly enough. Before he could even ask me, I walked up to him and whispered those sweet dreams Mama had taught me into his ears. I led him back along the street. On the outside, I was strong and confident, but inside, I was as afraid and awkward as he seemed. It took no more than 5 minutes before we reached the alleyway that led to the small apartment Mama and I lived in. I could hear him inhale and see his smile when I opened the door. He looked almost ecstatic. The moment we entered, Mama looked up from the living room and smiled at the man and me. You are back so quickly, dear. I smiled at her and nodded. It's fine, don't worry about it, I said to our guest. For a few moments, he looked over towards Mama, most likely wondering what was going on. Once his eyes had wandered back to my body, he already seemed to have forgotten about her. I took his hand and led him to my room. Mama had filled it with flower petals and candles. It was beautiful. The two of us stepped inside and he sat down on the bed looking at me. So how are you? He started, but I put a finger on his mouth. I am going to freshen up a bit. You wait right here, I said in my most sensual voice. He honestly seemed to be a nice and shy guy, I thought to myself. I knew they were all beasts though. They all changed. They all got wild and angry. All of them scream, hit and beat me when I start. Once I dried off, I stepped back into the room. You are absolutely perfect, he finally pressed out. For a moment I shuddered before I looked back into his eyes. I stepped forward, putting my arms around him. Relax, I whispered. Then I drove my fangs into his neck. I was right. He was the same as all the rest. He started screaming like all the others. He hit me, trying to get free, but it was futile. With each passing second, I sucked more of the lifeblood out of his body. After no more than a minute, all that remained of him was a withered husk. He was my fourth victim, my fourth meal. Mama was right. It only hurt the first few times. By now I'd gotten used to it. I didn't feel anything for them anymore, nor did I pity them. Now I saw them as what they truly were, nothing but prey.